Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1152. As usual, running through the usual intro stuff. If you want to generate your own bingo card and play along or play on your own, then all you've got to do is look down below in the comments and description. I usually put a link to the generator. This time around, I combined two of the spaces. I combined the Joy Boy mention space that we normally have and the Nika mention space to Joy Boy or Nika mentioned. I just figured why not consolidate that into one space. And I also added King Harald as an option that we might get, because I haven't been spoiled or anything. Luckily, this came out last night for me, the scans did, but I'm not getting to them until Friday during the midday. So I haven't been spoiled, but judging by the way that last chapter ended, I kind of got the feeling that maybe, I've been saying it for forever, so maybe not, we'll finally get into some of this backstory stuff. So I thought that that might be a cool option to add, and watch, I add it and we don't even get it this week. The spot or the flashback. But in addition to that, like I just mentioned, this is going to be me reading the scans as usual. And for anybody who wants to watch this as soon as the scans come up, you can if you want to become a patron or member. But I don't post this publicly for everybody until the official translation comes out. So if you want to see these when I read the scans, you can become a patron or member and get that. But I think that's about it. The only other thing I want to say is, because I've now started my 2023 anime project where I'm going to be watching, who knows, maybe 100 anime for 2023, I'm counting One Piece as one of those. So I started watching One Piece again, and for 2023 that means I'm going to be watching, I think 1045 or 1046 to 1088, and I've watched a couple episodes, and let me say, it's been a while since I watched the One Piece anime, for real. And it's gorgeous. It looks so good, but compared to all the normal seasonal anime I'm watching, you can absolutely tell that for as gorgeous as the One Piece anime looks, whether it's a scene of characters walking towards one another or whatever it is, you can absolutely tell that they are how do we make this last as long as possible? How do we drag this? How do we make two characters looking at each other last as long as we possibly can? Because we need to fill this airtime. You can absolutely tell. It looks gorgeous, but the pacing, you can really tell what they're doing. It's very, very blatant. And it makes me hope that when I get more caught up, the pacing's not so bad, since we did have a break in the anime to do the... I keep wanting to call it the Fishman Island repeat show, because of Soul Eater, the Fishman Island Special Edited Edition. I think that's what it was called. And I hope that we do that more often, just go back and do shortened, maybe better remakes, remasters of older arcs in the post-time skip that weren't very good in the anime, because pre-time skip anime, incredible. Post-time skip anime, not very good. So hopefully we get more remakes like that, and that can give the studio maybe a bit more time, let the manga get ahead, so that we can have good pacing for the canon stuff. But those of you who are following the anime, you probably know how that's going more well than I do. I've only seen clips here and there of the stuff that's more modern. Like I said, I'm back on 2023. But either way, I just wanted to take that diversion, because I was where else am I going to get to talk about One Piece until I do the review on the anime for 2023? So I wanted to talk about that, and the last thing we do before I read, let's see what's on my bingo card. Let's generate it, and I ended up with Kid Pirates getting shot in the the proverbial face right out the gate. Just my hopes dashed at the very beginning. Kid Pirates, new name Devil Fruit, because apparently the Kid Pirates are just dead. Apparently they're just gone. New name Devil Fruit, Zoan Transformation, Giant Child, Vivi Wappler Morgans, Harp Pirates, Seraphim. I'm getting some really bad spaces. Bounty revealed, new named character, Wanopies, God's Knights, Cross Guild, Free Space, which we can click, and of course the easy ones like Wanopies or Giant Child are like ruined by being surrounded by ones that we're just not going to get. Blood, Sweat, or Tears is pretty much always a guarantee. Food, Thousand Sunny, Devil Fruit Awakening, Yonko, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Named Attack, Imo-sama, any Straw Hat member. Finally, we get this one. I feel like I usually don't get that one, even though it's an easy one. Joy Boy or Nika mentioned. I mentioned that I pushed those two spaces together. Revolutionary or Muma, Dream Demon. Like I called, I didn't get King Harald as an option, yet I get Seraphim, I doubt we're getting. Kid Pirates are apparently dead. Harp Pirates, I doubt we're getting. VV Wappler Morgans, probably not. Revolutionaries never do anything ever, except for Kuma, and Kuma's not really here at the moment, so I doubt that's going to happen. Well, we'll see what we get. The chapter may be incredible, but Bingo's not looking great. So either way, let's go read the chapter. And I do bingo just so we have something extra fun to talk about while we're going through, because if not, I could probably like read the chapter in just like 10 minutes and then it's like, okay, well, we read it. Time to wait for next week. And also so you have something to look at on screen since I can't really show the manga itself. But this one starts with chapter 1152, An Awful Day. And we've got, that's really cute. So the hat, I'm assuming, was made by Otama then. And it's given to Kawamatsu. We still have page 1 and ulti here. I love that page 1 and ulti are going with Yamato. Then Oni-Child Yamato in the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage Volume 36. Delivery complete. Kawamatsu, Daimyo of Hakamai, receives Otama's hat. So cute. Alright, that's an adorable one. I was looking to see if maybe we would get any like food in the background, but it doesn't seem as though we did. I feel like the cover story is often our best chance to get the food spot, unless we're in a specific part of the story where we're going to be getting it. Let's hurry to the lift. Abnormal Haki emanates from the realm of the sun. Gerd will leave this sack of filth in your care. Got it. Okay, so they're leaving Loki behind, which means that he's going to just come in at an opportune moment. Okay, he's not going with them at the moment. Be careful. I shall dedicate my might to this, Gerd Tussle. Hyridine, move it. Let's get going. Okay, we have Hyridine's crew. I'd better stay too, Luffy. Yasan's wounds are too severe. We can't move him yet. Okay, so we have both doctors staying behind. Got it. I'll leave it to you. Hey, Straw Hat Luffy. We got Scopper. Be mindful of the way you use Conqueror's Haki. Those guys are by no means immortal. That is an interesting statement. So we've seen like advanced observation gives you future sight and the advanced armament and stuff. So with advanced conquerors and stuff, is there going to be like the Wi-Fi Haki, the Haki left behind, like we saw from the poop loop that Emmett used with Joy Boy's Haki? And does the Haki, or like, it's like, what is the cause of all the special stuff that the God's Knights and Gorosei can do? Is it a part of Imu's Haki or Imu's Devil Fruit? I was thinking more likely the Devil Fruit, but maybe the transportation is the Haki Wi-Fi. Then, thanks, you can count on me. I'll save Cologne and his friends no matter what. Yaban, that just made it click for me. I wasn't able to put it into words before. My own power. I'm the only one left who's faced these knights before. I know I can beat them. Free me and take me with you, Hyridine. You fighting for Elbaf? Like I'd ever take you with us. There's another in your group who uses Conqueror's Haki. Is it me, Sanji? I knew it with how things were going. Mosshead and Jinbei were about to usurp me. You there, swordsman. Your body seems to be growing accustomed to it. I have Conqueror's Haki. Zoro didn't even notice. What? You didn't know? It's been oozing off of you. How absurd. Haki is a power that must be understood and tamed. Your captain's one of the 4 emperors. You should be meticulous if you intend to have his back. My bad, says Zoro. Hey, old man, what about me? Says Sanji. Hyridine, you're pathetic. You'd rather sit back and let these outsiders save our homeland? I'm right here. Use me. Then, Is that panel of Sanji supposed to be him getting an answer? Who's to say you won't side with the government? You could easily stab Elbaf in the back again, just like you did on that day. How can you expect me to trust you? Okay, he might have to tell Hyradine the truth in order to get him to allow him to go with them. Hyradine, hurry. We can't let the casualties pile up anymore, his crew's yelling. Hey, Loki, join my crew. If he does, then you can't complain if I free him, right, Hyradine? Okay. Ha, get real, Luffy. There's no way we'd fit him on the ship. Yeah, think of the food supplies. He eats even more than you do. Elbaf doesn't seem to want him, but he seems okay to me. Besides, if he tries anything, I can always beat him up. Don't mess with me, you runt. There's no way I'm becoming your underling. I'd be totally cool if he joins, even if not like a main member of the crew, even a side member. And you know, that got me thinking, re-watching the anime some more, thinking about One Piece some more again, because, again, I've been watching some other stuff, watching One Piece again. It just got me thinking. And two, I just watched another season of My Hero Academia, and I was thinking of, like, you know, that compared to other long-running shonen, and, like, the best and worst or biggest mistakes in the writing of any of them. And I still think, for One Piece, it's great. It's obviously not perfect. I think pre-time skip is basically perfect. Pre-time skip's so good. Post-time skip, again, it's still good. It's not perfect. But I think the biggest failure in Oda's writing, you know, going back, looking at Wano and what I just watched recently, is still Carrot. What happened to Carrot and Wano? Like, everything was set up for Carrot to, like, just beat Perospero, join the crew. It made perfect sense to me. Again, watching back and seeing it in the anime, and then out of nowhere, it's like, so Perospero and Jack just get defeated by Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. I guess maybe if the two of them fought Jack, that would make more sense. But it just, all the things that we had set up leading up to that didn't make sense for where Carrot's character went. Like, like her character just completely fell apart there, because Perospero's like, you should just go back to Zoe and chomp on some grass. And Oda's like, you know what? I think she will. So yeah, I just really, going back and watching that recently, just Luffy saying this got me thinking of crew members. The handling of Carrot and Wano just makes no sense. Like, going back to that and seeing it again more recently, I'm like, wow, yeah, this is really bad. I mean, a lot of Wano has some really bad writing, but that's like probably One Piece's worst bit of writing. And especially going now into Elbaf, Carrot was one of the ones that got the lore drop about the giants and Loki and everything, along with Nami. Carrot would fit in perfectly as the lookout, so there's a position there. So yeah, I don't know, that just feels like the weirdest bit of writing, because it felt like everything was set up after Whole Cake for that to just, you know, be concluded. It's like all the stuff was set up in Whole Cake, and it's like, okay, in Wano they'll conclude that character arc and go on from there. And then Oda just didn't. I mean, that's a lot of Wano. A lot of Wano was just introducing things and then doing nothing with it, or completely retconning it, basically. So yeah, there's a lot of issues. Or like one of the episodes sorry, I'm getting way off this chapter. One of the episodes I just watched was the episode where they're all talking about, like, oh my god, Zoro is so much like this guy from the past. This guy's legacy is this and this. And then we never do anything with that. So I'm like, at the time, or people who are anime onlys are probably hyped up by this, but I'm like, I'm watching it here in the future as a manga reader, knowing this goes absolutely nowhere. They spend a bunch of time on this, and it doesn't go anywhere. They don't do anything with this. Or like the people in the cave with Yamato, looking like the numbers and stuff. They do nothing with it. There's just so many things that Wano just introduces, wastes a bunch of time on, and then does nothing with. So yeah, I don't know. Him talking about joining the crew just reminded me of Carrot, and then Carrot reminded me of all of these other things. Just watching through Wano reminded me how bad Wano's writing was. Then, you're going off your gut, huh, Straw Hat? Can't wait to see how he fights. Hyradine, what are you doing? The lift's ready to go. And he's doing the thing where he's denying joining the crew. So yeah, I would, again, practically, I wonder how he would end up doing it. So we probably won't. But, you know, joining as like, maybe he ends up reconciling with Hyradine and joining up with Hyradine's crew to be part of the Grand Fleet. Stuff like that would be really fun. I'm coming now. Sorry, Straw Hat. Loki's a condemned criminal at Elbaf. I can't just hand him over to you. Really? Hyradine? Release Loki, says Scopper. What was that, Yasan? 14 years ago, Loki murdered 113 members of the Castle Guard. He left Elder Yarul at the brink of death, killed his own father in cold blood. He's the worst criminal our country's ever known. I know, but on that day I felt a strange emanation of Haki coming from Oest Castle. Shanks and I went there to investigate looking back. Looking back, it's possible we didn't have the whole story. You went to the castle? What the... Wait, did you just say Shanks? Stanson, I'm sorry, go ahead without me. Zoro, Sanji, I'll catch up in a bit. Okay, so his 3 crew members, Goldberg, Stanson, Roto, they're going to go with Zoro and Sanji, and we're going to get them joining the fight. Then we're gonna maybe get the lore drop here for Hyradine and Luffy, and then Luffy, Hyradine, and Loki like we had at the end of last chapter with the 3 of them. We're going to see the 3 of them show up at some point then. Okay, that's cool. It would be cool as well, I guess, thinking about it now, if that leads to maybe the final fights against the 3 members of the Gods Knights here, involving those 3. This dumb Shanks thing again. Hey, don't call Shanks dumb. He means you're the dumb one, this Sanji. Gibbon, Hyradine, who else can get him talking? You may have had different mothers, but you're still brothers. You have 3 minutes to explain, Loki. Tell me what happened in the castle 14 years ago. If you truly consider yourself a warrior of Elbaf, swear on our gods that what you say is the truth. That's cruel, brother. You really want me to relive that day? I don't want to remember. Okay, it was an awful day. Look up in the sky. Okay, before we continue, I haven't marked anything on the bingo board yet. I've been waiting for a scene break, but we've kind of just been sticking around. I don't think we've seen a giant child or Zoan transfer. Oh, we saw Chopper. So Zoan transformation because he's not in his base. I mean, his base form isn't his natural reindeer form. He's not in reindeer form right now. No new name Devil Fruit. I'm just going to scan these really quickly. We did get Wano Piece. Wow, we haven't seen any of the Gods Knights yet. We've probably seen Blood, Sweat, or Tears, knowing how things work. But we got Yonko, Grand Fleet representative, any Straw Hat member because of the Monster Trio, Luffy, and Hyradine. Then I think that's probably it for now. Wow, yeah, that's not a lot. Unless, let me check for Blood, Sweat, or Tears. I mean, we're getting a flashback. There's probably going to be some tears in there if we haven't seen them so far. I don't want to waste too much more time, though, so I'll keep reading. It was an awful day. Look up in the sky, and it's that younger Loki. 14 years ago, Elbaf, Oest Castle. Doga, ha ha ha. What? It's Loki. Prince Loki's returned. Elder Yarul just arrived, too. He summoned you too, Loki. Something like that. This is my family's home, you know. You seem well, old man. You haven't grown sick of life yet? Quiet, you. The king is in the audience chamber. I wonder what he wants. It's hard to care about the whims of a government dog. And the hammer isn't expecting how isn't looking how I looked it to, isn't looking how I expected it to. Now that we're seeing this shot of him carrying it. Or maybe it's a different hammer. Then he sold out to the people who killed Rox. If that's the direction Elbaf's heading, then I'll oppose it. You're being loud. I'm too old for this stuff. Politics is a young man's game. We're in this mess because you keep spouting this kind of nonsense. Now we've got a whole generation of peace-addled brats who can't even hold a weapon. That's just a sign of the times. It's nice to know that my great-great-grandchildren won't see combat. They want peace. Coward. It's your duty to whip them into shape. What's that sound? It's coming from the throne room and we have a whoa sound effect. Thank you for coming, Elder Yarul. Loki, I mean young master. It's a pleasure to have you back. Of course. Well, let me just consult with the king. Open up, he summoned me and this is my home. Open up, idiot, and he kicks the guard into the door. Young master, violence is... And the door falls open. Old man, I'm back. And then, Your Majesty? We have a bunch of soldiers stepping through him. Oh, this isn't what I expected. Was he turned into a demon and then killed by his guards? And Loki killed the guards. Like, everybody's been predicting that Harald was a traitor. Even I was thinking there was a good chance that Harald not really was a traitor, but was just working with the world government in an evil capacity. But maybe Harald was just a good guy this entire time, but he got turned into a demon by Yimu. Harald? What the hell are you doing? Realm of the Sun, Gibbon's house. What a staggering view. This is the best, right? It's been quite a while since we shared a bath. How long's it been? 3, maybe 4 years? Get real. It's been 10 years since the captain died. That long, huh? That must feel like forever ago to you, huh? Yeah, life's completely changed. I honestly just wanted to be a carefree pirate with Bucky. Still, Elbaf, there's some things I'd like to know. Understandable. You were a child of destiny. But let's not dwell on tricky topics today, Shanks. Say, remember Little Garden? The island where we met Dory and Brogy? Of course. Then, hot enough, Yasan? Shenkun? Then, whoa, you scared me. Shenkun? Bah, it's great. Thanks, Ripley. This spot really is the best. So, this is what a human giant household's like. Have some lingonberry tart, and help yourself to drinks. Shenkun, got any juicy old stories about Yasan? About Gibbon-san? Oh, I've got one. Anytime we made it to a port, there were who knows how many, and Gibbon stops him. You brat, if you want me to make it out of this country alive, you'll zip it. Do you know Harald? He's the king of Elbaf. The people think of him like a god. Yeah, I met him at Mariwa. We got along all right. Okay, so Shanks is talking about being at Mariwa. We couldn't speak freely in the Holy Land. Now that we're both in this country, I really want to talk to him before it's too late. Okay, before we continue, we've definitely got some stuff to mark off here. This is really good though. It feels like, you know how it is? We're actually seeing Shanks do something. That's a rarity. We did have giant child, technically, giant baby, in fact. Then no new name Devil Fruit. No new character. Jeez. I'm trying to think if we saw any of these things. We do get food though. We get blood, sweat, and tears because he got stabbed. If any of you have silhouetted character, I'll count that because it was really a silhouette of Harald getting stabbed. Maybe because they're trying to hide the fact that he was turned into a demon. I don't think we've seen a named attack. Or a Devil Fruit Awakening. Okay, I thought this would be going better than it's actually going at the moment. Well, I thought I'd have more to fill in. Either way, let me get back to the chapter. That day, the massacre at the castle took place. Elbaf's most beloved king, Harald the Benevolent, lost his life. What's this? Who let us out? Who closed the gate? Help! Elder Yarul! And we see Yarul getting stabbed through the head. And a lock opening. This is the forbidden devil fruit passed down from within Elbaf. But just how did this man come to be so highly regarded by his people? Okay. And we do have a silhouette here, too. A long time ago, 109 years before the present day, if you asked anyone what the scariest thing on the sea is, the answer would always be the same. The giant warrior pirates. That was how things were in that era. And we have the young, Oimo, Kashi, Dory, and Brogy. In that age, even ships from the land of the giants, it's a giant ship, evoked immense fear due to Elbaf's reputation. I heard there's a beautiful princess in your castle. Let's have a peek. Oha! And then he was one of the reasons for said reputation. Whoops, my foot slipped. And he kicks him into the castle, destroying the whole thing. Kya barahaha. Your Majesty, please stop this. King Harald of Warland Elbaf. Harald began his reign at 45 years of age, just 15 in human terms. Despite this, King Harald, remarkably enough, go on, tell me who your god is, was pure scum, the untold story of Elbaf's renowned ruler. Okay, there's so much that happened in this chapter. From the early stuff with the Straw Hats talking with Yaman about hockey and all, to now getting this stuff. So we're not just seeing what happened that day. We are going way back and getting full context for Harald. Okay, I cannot wait to see where this goes. But honestly, I thought we were almost maybe going to get a little bit, more of the incident itself. So I wonder then, whoever's going for the devil fruit, maybe the devil fruit really is the Nika fruit or something, and this is how it got into the government hands to begin with, maybe before it escaped and went to go find Luffy, basically. And maybe Loki didn't actually steal it, but the world government, the world government did. But in which case you would wonder how it got so far out of their control to get to the East Blue. So probably not. I can't wait to see I'm just looking back through some of these panels. I can't wait to see where this goes, though. Yeah, I really didn't. I expected us to see just, the Harald in the flashback of the incident. I didn't expect, full young Harald. But either way, let's see. I doubt we got anything here. Very, very much. I guess, Harald's not really a new named character. I don't think I would count that. I don't think I'd count God's Knights either, because we didn't, clearly see any people that we could identify as God's Knights, even though, we had silhouettes. Same thing with Devil Fruit Awakening. I don't think we've seen enough to be able to judge that. So, not even close to a bingo for me this time around, but maybe some of you just got very lucky with it. And either way, I don't have much more to say. I discussed it as we were going through, talked a little bit here at the end. I thought I would maybe have, even though it's not usual for us to get a full flashback in one chapter or anything, I thought we would maybe get at least more that I can put more pieces together, but instead Oda's like, oh, you want more pieces? Let me throw more pieces onto the board. So now we have even more just potential things happening, like the Shanks and Gabon conversation was something that I both wasn't expecting and I'm really excited about, that I think was really good, because Shanks is another... I like to joke about how Dragon and the Revolutionaries do nothing ever and they're completely useless, but Shanks is another character you could joke about not doing much ever, so it is nice to, jokes aside, actually see Shanks getting a conversation with Gabon. Gabon's design is cool 14 years ago. So yeah, very cool chapter. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you did too. If you did like the video, comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. How'd you do on bingo? Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you would like to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. But if you want to get these videos when the scans come out and when I can first read the scans, and also get your name at the end of videos like this, then hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who were already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, FR Nono, JA and the D-Band, Cheriton Students, David Langstaff, or Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pate Orial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.